Antonio, the Tower of the Americas, standing 750 feet tall in the center of Hemisphere Park. We're at the sold-out arena in San Antonio, Texas. We'll see the Cleveland Cavaliers taking on the San Antonio Spurs, bringing you another edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter, Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. And a look at the starters for the Cavaliers. J.R. Smith and LeBron at the 2 and 3. Kevin Love out there with Thompson. And it's Rose in at the point. No one near Smith as he lets it go. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson.
He presents a defender with a serious challenge, always.
And one thing about Tristan Thompson, he is an absolute terror on the offensive glass. Was top 5 in that category last year, despite playing less than 27 minutes a game. Does a terrific job with anticipation of the carom and uses his gigantic wingspan to just go up and reel it in. Terrific motor and nose for the glass.
Now here's Rose, following the miss by Kyrie Irving. Rose dishes to Love. Pass to LeBron. Thompson sets the pick for James. Loose off the pick and hammers it home.
And guys, that's one of the more basic plays in anybody's playbook, but not to mention also truly one of the best.
And Greg, the pick frees him up, and Clark, the dunk, caps it off.
Well, you know, for me, guys, it's all about positioning and anticipation on those screen plays, and they got it right there.
And on the way from Irving for 3. Another miss by Irving. For Cleveland, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today.
You know, you take a look at this group of Spurs and you wonder if they've peaked. I mean, it seems you say that a lot with this team, and they prove you wrong. What Popovich said last year, he feels it might actually be the case.
You know, one thing about this San Antonio team, they just didn't go away last year. Pop himself said he felt they peaked in the 2014 finals.
You know, and you wonder if what Pop said is true. Spurs lost in the first round last year, and they'll be going through a lot of changes in the near future. And with the way they run that organization, they'll still be competing, I believe, for quite some time.
Now here's Gay. Shot clock at 6. From the wing. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. Cleveland has come out of the gates quickly. Rose passes to LeBron. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. The Spurs have gone 0-3 from the field to start the game. Irving attacking, and that one's good.
He just exudes a love of the game, guys. You can see it in everything he does. This guy lives and breathes the game.
LeBron with it. Thompson, a screen on Leonard. It's a pick by Love. Some solid defense from Aldridge.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
Here's Leonard, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Leonard's got his first basket.
He's one of the best in the league at that. Even with just a tiny sliver, he always seems to find a way to get it up and in.
Love with the screen on Irving. And out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession. The both teams making some changes here. San Antonio trailing here. Here's Mills. Gay outside. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. Outside Williams. With 1 on the clock. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Cavaliers on top, leading by a point. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. We got a chance to hear from LeBron James about the hard work and preparation he brings into every game. I think you'd have to say the preparation really shows on the court in his play, and rarely does he look surprised out there or caught off guard.
And Kevin, that's really just the mark of a total pro. And I don't think oftentimes the fans appreciate how much goes in terms of preparation. Some guys get it and some guys don't, but he's a perfect example of what proper preparation means in terms of preventing a poor performance.
And so far it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. And taking a look at the Cavaliers' performance here, what do you guys see?
Right from the start, they have been able to really own that paint and just dominate the backboard.
Well, Greg, you can't dominate the boards unless all 5 guys are making the effort to box out and chase down the ball.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. So on the floor for Cleveland, they've got him on Shumpert, Kevin Love out there with Green, then there's Kyle Korver, and it's Williams at the 1. Cleveland with a very strong year last year. They were a very solid team on the road, as most LeBron-led teams are.
Yeah, he's a special guy in terms of how he can elevate other players. Didn't start out hot on the road, but eventually got it together and ended up 22-19 away from home.
And Shumpert kicks to Williams. Softly drops in the floater. Williams has got 4 points now in the quarter.
I really like the fire, the intensity that they're playing with now. They got off to a tough start there in the first quarter. They didn't shoot it particularly well. But they've played through it. They've been able to stick with it. And that, to me, that shows their resilience.
Both teams deciding to change it up. Parker dishes to Aldridge. 1:29 left here in the second. That one a little long. Cleveland leading by 3. Not much more is there to say about LeBron James, Clark. Incredible consistency, unbelievable athleticism. He just is a marvel in every way the longer he plays.
Kevin, when you look at his career averages, I mean, just off the charts, and he has the same unbelievable year every year. The consistency, phenomenal.
Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
Kawhi Leonard is checked in for San Antonio. And Cleveland also making a change. Rose is checked in.
And talking about LeBron's consistency, it's not just a physical effort. It's also a mental one. I mean, you know you're targeted by the defense all game. That'll wear down even the best players. How is it that LeBron's armor just never seems to be penetrated?
Now, here is Irving, following the miss by Derrick Rose. Irving attacking. That one drops, and he's now 2 for 5.
Bad time for these defenders to be standing around watching. Not while the ball's in his hands. You know, on the topic of LeBron, one of the few areas where he could improve consistency in is from the three-point line. 3 years ago, he hit over 40% from downtown. 2 years ago, 38. And last year, down to 35.
And it's Green missing.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, he's an extremely strong finisher. I'm surprised he wasn't able to power that through the defense.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. The drive by LeBron. Out to Smith. A 3-ball. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. 6 points for Smith.
And another lead change here. How many of these are we going to have tonight?
I'm not quite sure, but I'm willing to bet it'll be more than a few.
Leonard. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far. Cavaliers lead by 2. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Thank you, Kevin. Coach, you haven't seen much work put in off the bench thus far. When we see that second unit after the break, what are you hoping to see from them?
I just want to have a semblance of motion so that